This change is coming to 76, and a few builds in particular are really going to feel those changes. One of those is Shotgunner. So today, let's take a look at how it's performing in the live game compared to how it's performing in the PTS, along with a couple other things. And some of those other things include using Bloodied for our weapon, because that is getting a change. It's going from a max damage increase of 95% to 130%, and Adrenal Reaction mutation is also getting a big change in which, instead of a flat damage increase that lower your health, now it provides only 5% per kill. So quite a difference there. Okay, so starting off with the Behemoth, who's already teleporting, which is always a great sign. And they're legendary. Great. Thank you. But let's see. Should be pretty easy to actually cripple. So yeah, crippling in the live game isn't an issue at all. If we can hit the target, of course. There we go. The only other problem, well, the only problem that comes in is the damage isn't great once you have crippled. So you're going to spend a while actually, dealing with your target. But at least they're not causing you any problems while you're dealing with them. They're just sitting there taking it, So on regular enemies, also no problem to cripple. And you can pretty much get the 2-shot. Damage isn't really bad at all. Of course, these are just level 60 and 75, but we'll get to the level 100s in a moment. No suicider. So, regular mobs, shotgunner, really not too bad at all. And also easy to cripple, easy to deal with. There's level 100. So yeah, thinking like 3 to 4 shots if you want to include the crit shot. But shotgunner builds on regular mobs feel fine. It's not really too much of an issue there. But it's just on those bigger targets where you just seriously lack the damage, unlike the Behemoth, and then of course the bosses, where you just kind of feel like you're not doing pretty much anything of use, and you're no help to anyone at the event. And though, of course, you're a help, but Yeah, so 3 shots on the Super Mutant. The 100 there, of course, that was a bit stealthy. If we opt not for stealth, then going for 4. So usually stealth will save you a shot or 2, depending. And then, of course, if you're including crit shots or anything like that. So yeah, crit shot there, 3 shots, non-stealth. So that's pretty standard and usual. Doggo running into the wall, fine with me. Helps save our lives. So in terms of what we're using, we are using a Bloodied explosive pump action, of course. Bloodied currently at that maximum of 95%, but generally you'll be sitting around 80%. In the PTS and the upcoming changes, that's going to 130%, so it seems like a massive buff, but not really. And then you'll probably sit around 110% or so. And it's not really a massive buff because of the change to Adrenal Reaction, so damage increases as HP decreases, so just pretty much a Bloodied in mutation form, and we're getting that plus 50% damage there, which is pretty big. Adrenal Reaction in the PTS with the upcoming changes is changing to only 5% per kill, so a massive drop there, hence why the boost to Bloodied isn't really going to feel like it's doing as much as it would if Adrenal Reaction was staying the same. In terms of the perk cards, Scattershot, of course, just way less and reload faster. And then the 3 Shotgunner perks, so 10% damage off of each of those at the moment. And then, of course, if you max each of those out, you get the 20%. Skeet Shooter, excellent accuracy and spread. And then Enforcer, the Stagger and Cripple Limb chance, which is changing to just straight up damage instead of the chance. So those are the main Shotgunner perks to sort of keep an eye on. But that's the live game and how the Shotgunner is performing. Let's go over to the PTS and check it out there. So in the PTS, like I said, Bloodied going up to 130% damage now, and probably sit around the 110 or so percent range. But the same role, Bloodied explosive, and then Adrenal Reaction. Yeah, 5% damage per kill while on a kill streak. So big change there. So over to the perk cards. Shotgunner still there. Now it's 25% range damage to cripple targets. So of course you need to cripple your target to get the damage boost, and that goes up to 75% range damage at 3 stars. Shotgun Expert costs 2 now, and that just gives you 30% more range. And then Shotgun Master costs 3 now, and plus 5% damage to cripple targets per projectile your weapon fires, which I'm pretty sure in the PTS notes it said 10%. But anyway, it's giving you some damage percentage increase per projectile that your weapon fires. And then a scatter shot, 20% of the damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs, so helping you to actually cripple your target, and that costs 2 now. So way more expensive for a lot of the perks in strength, especially if you want to max out something like Shotgunner to that 75%. For that, I would say then just get rid of Scattershot, or which one? Sorry, Expert, which just gives you the range. So get rid of that and then chuck in the 3-star for Shotgunner. Another new one, Torment has been changed, so you deal 20% more damage per crippled limb that your target has. Again, helping you with that damage once your target is crippled. And then Enforcer is still the same, although at the moment it says small guns. It should be saying shotguns there, so not sure if that's actually working or just a typo. Oh, I mean, of course it's a typo, but if it's actually affecting the crippling rate at the moment, I'm not sure. But Enforcer is still the same. Instead of a chance, it's just straight up a damage now instead. So back over to the Behemoth. Let's see how we do. Should theoretically be even easier to cripple now, but, you know. No, buddy. So a little bit more of the cripple, or a little bit more to actually cripple there. But again, I'm not sure if that's because something like Enforcer is not working or if it's just a typo. But in terms of actually dealing with them once they are crippled, way better damage now dealing with the larger, more resistant targets. Of course, that one wasn't legendary like the first one, but still done this a few times already. It's definitely easier now once the target is crippled on your bigger enemies. So Behemoths on your bosses limbs get crippled a lot of the time. Yeah, you'll be doing more damage than before, which was the thing that was lacking for the Shotgunner builds. And over to the regular enemies. Let's see how it does now. Not that there was too much of an issue before, but yeah, 2-shot on a level 100. Very nice. So that is definitely an improvement. Let's just try not to die. What's up, buddy? 3-shot once we're not stealth or anything. Which, again, is also an improvement because it was pretty much 4 in the live game. So yeah, non-stealth, 3 shots on a level 100, which is pretty good. Yeah, the crit. The crit, you can get the 2 shots on the level 100s non-stealth. And the reason why I mentioned the non-stealth is because if you actually go for stealth and you suppress the gun and chuck in, you know, covert operative and all of that stuff, then you're going to be dealing out even more damage. But feeling very good, very consistent. What about if we go for a headshot? Almost a 1-shot then with a crit on the headshot on the level 100s. So again, performing really nicely. Not that it was too much of an issue on the regular mobs, even in the live game, but more damage now. More synergy with the perk cards, and actually have a use for crippling. Hopefully Enforcer is working. If it isn't, then yeah, that'll be fixed up pretty sure. Which should then make bigger targets like the Behemoth a bit more easier to cripple, and then more consistent as well. But so far, so good. It's a legendary, so 4 shots on the legendary then. Yeah, I know I'm actually crouched, but not really stealth the majority of the time. almost two-shot even without any stealth bonuses kicking in. And this is aiming at the legs as well, so if you want to aim at the head or the torso, let's try that. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Hello, doggo. And let's just quickly do a more stealthed run. So suppress the weapon, got stuff like covert op on, sneak. Should be another behemoth here for us. If not, now a more stealth approach to the behemoth, who is for some reason one with the rocks. Buddy. Oh, there he goes. Nice. Just Fallout things, you know? Let's see. So yeah, stealth, start getting even more of the damage in. 8 rounds, pretty much dealt with him. So way better damage than compared to the live game. And of course, go for the stealth round, then you can kick in even more damage. So let me know what you think of the changes coming to shotgun builds. If you like the way that this is going, what else you would like to see. But yeah, for now, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.